Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. Match reaction, Chelsea 3, Leeds 2. You know what time it is. We know what we're going to be doing on this channel right now. We will open the lines a bit later on as well for you guys to get involved. Late night Saturday stream for you guys. Make sure that you get yourself comfy. Make sure you go and get yourself a nice drink, some food, whatever you're going to do. Chill. And let's talk Chelsea because, yeah, let's talk Chelsea. I'm not even going to talk about it yet. Let's just cue the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world, whether it's morning, night, afternoon, whatever it is. Big up to yourselves. We are here to review the game, the match reaction to the Chelsea versus Leeds game. Chelsea obviously winning by 3-2. And I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the game, my analysis, how I feel about it after that. We're going to go through the stats, and then we're going to do the player ratings. The lines, as ever, are going to be open. The lines will be open a bit later on for you guys to get involved, have your say. It's definitely something that there's quite a bit to talk about, I think. Sorry, if you see me drinking quite a bit, it's because I had a drink last night, and I'm suffering now. I've got like 3 bottles of water sitting next to me, so if I have to keep taking breaks and drinking, you know why. So just bear with me, but big up everyone in the chat already. Over 12 of you here. Let's make sure that we get them likes up here. Let's share on all our socials as well. Let's try and get some new people over here. We're on our road to 3.4k subscribers at GNA TV. So big up to everyone that's already subscribed. Or if you're new here, please help and subscribe. Over 20 of you here already. Let's get into it. It's going to be a tasty show. I think this is a show that's, from what I've heard on social media and been going on other people's shows, listening in and that, some people are very happy that we just got the win, and some people are not as happy because of the performance. We'll delve into it in a bit, but let's go through the chat. Jonathan, big up to you, my guy. Says Rudy is a legend. He dug us out. He dug us out massively. 2 penalties that he managed to get was a difference, shall I say. Definitely the difference. Big up to Eric, who says Mount is undroppable. He thinks Mount had a very good game. Do you agree with his thoughts there? Andre is here. He says, big up to you. Big up to Bex in the house as well. She says, smash the likes and subscribe to GNA TV, guys. Let's try and do that if we can, please. Mount, big up yourself. Big up, Jem. Big up to Oluwasi. Big up to Chi as well. I know my guy will be roasted once the lines are open. Who's going to get roasted? Big up to Jeremiah as well. Says, big up, Jem. Big up to Amlibas Solomon. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to Carrick's Pocket. Hope you're well, mate. C1 London as well. Says, big up yourself, Jim. But some of these players fundamentally, technically aren't good enough for this club. He is already targeting the footballers, the players that are currently playing for Chelsea on the basis of what? I'm assuming this game only. I would like to hear a bit more about that later on. So make sure you let me know. I'll take it seriously. He says, big up, Jim. Give Rudy what he wants. We're going to talk more about him. Jim, we were dog shit today, but we got the win. I'm so happy. But Abs, you're the guy that said that we're going to win the league and we're going to smoke everyone and we're going to get all these points. I told you, bro. Told you it's not going to be easy. This is why. Do you remember when everyone used to say to me, why are you not as confident about winning the league, man? Have you not seen how we've been playing? We're so good. Yeah, blah, blah. This is why. This is why I'm telling you, because I just knew that this December period is always telling. Big up to Osema as well. Osema back in the house. Abs as well. Big up Gem every time. Alonso 10 out of 10 today. Don't even get me started. Here's W with his agenda again. Keep saying it even when the guy scores. I didn't say we were going to cook everyone. I just thought I just said we'll win the title. Yeah, but you said we went through the games. You were saying we're going to cook this team. We're going to cook that team. We're going to get most points, you said. We're going to get points. Most of our points in December are going to be wins. It didn't happen. It didn't happen, bro. Big up to Football Star and House as well. Good to see you, bro. But let's delve into it because I just want to get into it. I want to talk about this game, man. Really want to talk about this game. Before we do that, let's quickly have a quick look at the table and what it means after that win for Chelsea. We are sitting in third, 36 points, so exactly the same position as we was in terms of the difference between Man City down to Chelsea. 1 point on Liverpool, 2 points on Man City. And do you know what? Something crazy happened today. Man City won on a penalty. They got a penalty which they shouldn't have got. To be honest, they were really lucky against Wolves. Won on a penalty. Liverpool won on a penalty, Mo Salah. Chelsea won on 2 penalties, or got 2 penalties. And then Man United got a penalty and won them the game. So it was literally, if you was a bettor and you put a bet on all these teams, all these teams on penalties, mate, I'm telling you, you'd be rich right now. You would be a rich person. Yeah, the only thing I would say looking at this table is the goal difference. Plus 27 compared to Liverpool's plus 33 and Man City's plus 24. We have took a little bit of a beating in terms of our goal difference. It's not really going up, it's not really going down. It's just sort of just floating. Still good, don't get me wrong, when you compare it to everyone else. Only Liverpool have a better goal difference than Chelsea overall. But in terms of stats on this game, obviously we know Mason Mount. We know that they got the penalty, which was scored by Mr. Diaz, 28 minutes in. 42 minutes, Mount got the goal, and then it kind of went up and down in the second half. Jorginho with the penalty on the 58th minute, which then they managed to get a goal back on the 83rd minute against us. And then the controversy at the end, where they made the wrong decision in the box, which gave the penalty away, and we ended up winning the game 3-2. I like the little beef at the end. That's what you call rivalry. You know that. That is definitely what you call a proper rivalry. Leeds fans. Some of my mates were there today, and they were saying that the Leeds fans were already like kicking off with the police, the Chelsea fans. You don't have to be from the same area to have a rival. To have this like rivalry. Chelsea and Leeds have always been like this with each other, and this goes back to when Ron Harris used to play. Same things. It's definitely carried through, and the fact that we haven't played them much in the years as well. In terms of the match stats, guys, we'll have a look into the match stats now. Chelsea are 57% possession compared to the 42, and I keep saying and I keep highlighting it. We are not dominating games with possession as much as we used to before. 70s and 80s% that we used to have are now not happening. It's now 57% to the 42s, 16 shots to their 12, only 6 on target to their 5, 5 off target to their 1. Our passing accuracy still there, 83% to their 73. We had 5 corners. Again, they only had 2. Aerial duels, 1, we beat them at 66% to their 33. Fouls 1, 15 to their 9. 2 yellow cards to their 5 as well. And yeah, I mean, what is there to say about this game, honestly? I mean, let's just jump into it, innit? Let me just get out of this. I'm sorry, guys. Let me jump out of this. Let me just quickly see what people say in the chat before I get into this game, actually. Over 40 of you guys here already. Jem, everyone in the chat. Evenings to everyone as well. Big up to Martin in the house. Guys, continue to hit them likes as well, please. Subscribe to the channel. First of all, if we are being honest, the whole front three played poorly, barring the goal. Mount wasn't great either, is what Chi says. I hear you. Pen weekend, it literally was. Since the 70s, Gem, correct. It is. It's a long time ago. Question to discuss later is what Bex is saying. Is our leaky defence recently due to not being protected by the midfield or simply individual errors at the back? We'll delve into that a bit later on. Good question. Maybe bring it back up. A bit later on, Bex, and highlight that with the panel when we've got a bit of a panel as well. Cockney Gem, yeah. Definitely Cockney Gem. I'm tired, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm struggling today, man. I am struggling. Get this to 3.5k at the end of the year is what Hassan's saying. And subscribers, please, we can do that. We can do that, guys. But I need you guys to help me get there, which means I need you to share, subscribe if there is new people in here as well. We're starting to get some of our players back, so it's calm, as what Abd is saying. Big up to Redneck. He says, big up Jim House. Hey, how's the stream going to go? blah blah blah. Alonso, blah blah blah. Rudiger contract, and no one's going to try to find problems with our game. No, no, I don't think it's going to go that way, and that's why I want to have a talk about it. Because for me, I am very one of these guys that a win's a win. Am I happy with a win? Yes, I'm happy that Chelsea got the 3 points. It's what we needed. I hear that. We weren't happy with the performance. Definitely not happy with the performance. For me, these individual errors that we keep having to our game, moments of lack of concentration, when you're challenging for a title, if you're going to keep having them moments where you allow teams to get back in the game, or not even back in the game, control the game, be up front with us, then you can't challenge, because you ain't always going to be able to respond to it. We got to get out of our system the whole giving teams the opportunity to get to get back at us. And it keeps happening. I keep highlighting it every time I'm on the show. You hear me. Individual errors, lack of concentration, silly moments. When you're in control of a game or you're comfortable in the game, you've got to stop doing that, Chelsea. Because if you continue doing that, we're only going to fall away from the Cities and Liverpools, and we're going to fall more the other way. And we don't want that. We don't want that moment, Siam Jovi says, what happened to the version of Havertz that used to drop and drive the ball? I think it's more than that, to be honest. We're going to delve into it. Big up to Bobby in the house as well. Wouldn't be vexed. Wouldn't be performing poorly for the last 4 or 5 games. Exactly. We haven't really been in great form. Chelsea have not been playing at any real great level. So going into this game, yes, we expected a decent performance, which we didn't really get. But the most important thing about today's game was just getting the points. It was just Chelsea winning the game. Because we struggled to do that. We've struggled to do that recently in times, and we're not even able to put wins down. So it's important that we try and get back on winning form. We were very bad, but 3 points we go again. Blue Lounge Raid, we are here to support GNA TV. Big up to you, Hawkeye Special Football. Thank you for tuning in as well. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please do that. Nice to see you all come over from there. Blue Lounge Raid, we are here to support GNA TV. Big up to Eric Blue as well. Guys, I will be opening up the lines later. So all of you guys that are in the chat, if you want to come in, more than welcome to join me here and, talk about the game. I'm just going to quickly go give you my thoughts and opinions on it. Quickly do a player rating with yourself. So in the chat, let me know what your thoughts are, 1 to 10. And then I'll open up the lines and you guys give. I'll big up to Couch Critic as well. Nice to see you in the house, my guy. But Boogeyman's here as well. Big up to you, my guy. Mo Kazim brought you here. Thank you, Mo. Big up to Mo as well. Thank you very much for sending everyone from the Blue Lounge over to GNA TV as well. Nice to see you all here, guys. Big up to CFC Stephen as well. In terms of the game, just trying to make sure I've gone through them all here before I get into it. Enzo says, thank you, bro. Thank you. Nice to see you in the house. Big up as well. Thank you very, very much, guys. Let's get to the game. All right, let's get to the game. Let me get some water, because I said I'm struggling with water. Do we need to start looking at players and questioning them on their performances? Yes. Was it good enough today? Obviously not. Do I think it was more than just the players today? Yes. I actually haven't really had this moment to be able to sit here and have to criticise our manager. But today, it's not even criticism, like as if to say he's not good enough for Chelsea. This is not what I'm doing right now. But based on today's performance, based on what we saw today, I do think we need to have a discussion. Big up to Mo. Thanks, Mo, for sending all these people over in the chat as well. Big up to you. Like I said, guys, vice versa. If you don't know the Blue Lounge, go and follow the Blue Lounge as well. I think he got it wrong. I think Thomas Tuchel actually got it wrong today. I didn't think the 3-4-3 worked. We were not once in control of the game. Even when we were leading, we struggled to build up play. We just never looked comfortable. We never looked comfortable. The defence was getting too much pressure. The midfield wasn't protecting it well enough. The midfield wasn't creating enough of the other way with the ball moving forward. It needed to be switched. And yes, obviously the substitutions, we always bang on about it with Tuchel. He doesn't do it well enough. He leaves it too late. And I don't think this game could have been a lot easier for us if we would have made them decisions earlier in the game. That's why I'm talking about Tuchel, because I do feel that he made this game very hard. Yes, you can talk about the personnel on the pitch being good enough to win, but there were certain things today that I didn't like, and I felt like Tuchel needed to change. I do think we should have switched to a 3-5-2, because the 3-4-3, which we started with, which I'm cool with, no problem, is fine. But once it starts not working, and this is why I keep banging on about it, it's important that you have a plan B, a system B, a different option. And he didn't decide to do that. You know, he was more comfortable in leaving the system how it was, even though you could tell it wasn't working. We wasn't able to get the forwards involved. The thing that drives me crazy about social media is agendas come out. Player agendas come out hard, and everyone starts talking about Havertz and Werner and Ruben. And granted, none of them had a good game. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm defending them and saying they're not. But you've just come out of a performance where Timo Werner was your best player on the pitch against Zenit. And instead of playing him in what you can see he's comfortable in, which was in the 3-5-2, you decide to play him on the left. And then you ask him to hold his position on the left. Now, we all know Timo Werner, he needs to be able to have that freedom role to use his movement to get in and around, whether it's right, left, backwards, forwards. He was very clear that he was being told to hold his line, hold his side of the pitch and stay out there. Number one, that didn't work for me. Havertz was isolated, not good enough from the midfield. I think our midfield let us down again. Yes, we had Georgie and Ruben Loftus-Cheek back in the game, but they weren't really doing anything with it. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was awful in the first half. Kept giving the ball away. He couldn't tackle. He wasn't making the passes quick enough into the back. It just wasn't good enough. And sometimes, and this is what I say to my viewers that are here, and I say it on social media, and to be honest, I stay away from social media a bit because it is quite a poisonous place for me. Sometimes it's not just about individual players. I know individual players make a system work, and I get that. That's true. But when the system's not ticking and the players that are in the system aren't getting it to tick, then you need to do something different with them. Try and get switch the game up. It might just be the opposition. The opposition's making it hard for Chelsea to actually play well enough in the 3-4-3. We all knew that Leeds were going to come out. We all knew Leeds that were going to be in Chelsea's faces, shutting us down hard, not giving us no space, making it hard. We knew that was going to happen. What we needed is someone that could pick the ball up and break the lines and be direct with their passing, which is what Ruben was meant to have done, and he wasn't doing. So what we should have done is switched it into a 3-5-2, moved Werner closer to Havertz in the middle, asked Mason Mount to drop a little bit deeper, and then by doing that, at least if Ruben can't do it or isn't doing it, he can pick the balls out. He can pick the balls out to Mason Mount, and then he can play the pass. But at least you've got two people running into spaces. It's something different. The midfield let us down. The defence is still slightly shaky. Conceding goals not good enough. I get that, but the reason that's happening and why I think we're actually getting a little bit found out in this formation is because we're too predictable now. It's become like we need to switch it. Basically, is what I'm saying. We have to switch it up. You can't always stick to what you know. And in this game, we needed to switch it. And the substitutions in the second half were not good enough from Tuchel. You know, the substitutions, like, at what benefit do you get Romelu Lukaku coming on the pitch for 8 minutes left of the game? Like, Callum Hudson-Odoi comes on the pitch. All right, fair dues. He plays him out on the left, takes Werner off. I'm cool with that. But these things could have been done ages ago. What he should have done is gone in at half time, come back out. All right, fair dues. Stick to the 3-4-3 for another 5-10 minutes. Switched it like we do halfway into the game. Got into a 3-5-2. Brought Lukaku on, took Havertz or Werner off. Stick Lukaku up there. Put Ziyech on, sitting in the pocket or whoever you want. And just gone for it in that way. He didn't make it easy for us today, Tuchel. He made it hard. For me, Leeds were there for the taking. Defensively, they're not good enough, Leeds. Defensively, Leeds are not good enough. And we didn't exploit it because our manager today, based on today, didn't make the substitutions earlier and didn't want to switch the system. You could see that Havertz and Werner were suffering. They weren't getting in the game. There was no influence. It was Ruben Loftus-Cheek was struggling in the middle of the pitch. it was, not to say that Thomas Tuchel's a bad manager now. I don't think I'm sitting here slagging him off and whatever. It's not that. I just want you to understand that it's not always just about him or that one or him, one individual person in the pitch. You have to look at how we're set up and what roles, what the players are being asked to do as a role, and is it working in the game? If it isn't working in the game, how do we make it work? All right, let's switch it. We didn't do that. We didn't do that today, and that's why I say we've got to talk about Tuchel, because that wasn't good enough for me. We could have won that a lot easier. Gabrielle says, big up to Gabrielle for the donation. She says, how can a team go from being so sound defensively to this? We seem to be weak from both ends now. It's a lot. You're right, but a lot of that could be to do with injuries. We know Jorginho and not Lukaku, Ruben are carrying injuries anyway. All right, it could be personnel as well. I know Motu's saying Werner is bad, but again, it's not just Werner. Werner was very good the last game. Today it was the whole system, everything about it. Even when he was winning, wasn't good enough. He had to switch it. If he'd switched it, I do think we probably would have gone on and not had the headache and the issues that we were having, which was that Leeds were getting more confident because they could see that they could get us. We allowed that. Tuchel allowed that. Smash the likes. Join the GNA Discord chat as well. There is the Discord group, guys. If you click that link, download the Discord group. That will take you to the GNA TV community. Now, everyone that's in the chat right now is over there. We talk about the games. I put the links to the show in there earlier, so you guys know when we go live, so you don't miss out, because I know that YouTube don't always do that. So, yeah. Make sure that you go and follow us on there. There's a lot of people going through the chat. I'm trying to go through the chat because there's so many things to be said. It's true, we were suffering injuries, but Tuchel could definitely make things easier for the squad. Definitely, bro. Definitely. Big Rob should have been in to release the crazy intensity. Yeah, big up to Simon. VJ. Yeah. I agree, VJ. Big up to you all, man. Over 80 views here. Please make sure that we get them likes up. I am going to put the link in the chat. I want your thoughts and opinions as well. Before we do that, let's go through the quick player ratings. When we do the ratings, guys, you know how it works. Give me your thoughts and opinions on the individuals. Rate them out of 10, 1 to 10. Let me know in the chat. I'll bring them up. We're going to start with Edouard Mendy. How good was Edouard Mendy today? Tell me, because he's now, leaking goals. Tuchel said that he was lacking confidence prior to that. I thought he was right. The penalty, he could have done more. I don't know why he just sat on his arse and didn't even. If he'd just gone right a bit, he probably would have saved it, but he didn't. We know Mendy's not good enough at penalties, but we are conceding goals. And when I look at the goals, are they really anything you could do about it? I don't think so. They were just good goals, and it wasn't his greatest game because he's conceded goals. And in the past, we've given Mendy 7s and 8s because he hasn't had anything to do in games. Today and recently, he's been called upon to get involved, and he's leaking goals. I don't know, really. A 6, I'd say. A 7, 6, 7, I'd say. Easiest football style saying 8, 7, 4, 5, 7. Daniel saying 7. Tuchel should just sub Kepa on whenever we can see a pen. Yeah, literally. Tell me about it. Boogeyman saying 7, 6, 6.5, 5 or 6 as well. Fair enough. I hear that. But there's not much to really talk about because, look, at the end of the day, he ain't the problem at the moment for me. He ain't the problem. So let's go out of that and let's move on to Antonio Rudiger. Now, I don't think there was a man of the match today. You guys can pick your man of the matches, your choice. I'm cool with that. That's not an issue. But for me, I don't think there was any real man of the match today. I know he got the penalties, which won us the game. And big up to him for doing that. Very good at it. Very good at the dark arts. And, what cracks me up with Rudiger? When he's on the floor and he's smiling and grinning and taking the piss, man. He is one character. But today, I think it was the second goal. He got caught. Came too deep. I don't know what he was doing. He was on the halfway line. His space was open. And that's where Christensen got done. The ball comes in round the back. And if you notice, the player that was behind Thiago Silva then gets in front of Thiago Silva because obviously Thiago Silva's not seen him come from behind, and that's how the goal goes in. And Rudiger's out of position. Maybe if Rudiger was there, it could have been in Silva's ear to say, look, man coming or something, whatever. but he wasn't, and he was out of position. Um, it doesn't help when you've got a slow coach Snail next to you as well in Alonso. I get that. But I don't know. Again, it wasn't a massive, great Antonio Rudiger performance. He got us the penalties. I'm cool with it. But there was moments for me, especially, where he was out of position, where we could have got caught, where where um where he was in a bit of trouble, because he can be a bit rash for me. Like, he'll just go running around like a nutter and this, that, and the other. It's good with the ball, his feet going forward. He'll give you the energy. He's still, for me, one of the best in that position in the league by far. No one can play in this system better than Antonio Rudiger. Talks about him leaving Chelsea for 400k, 300k, whatever it is. Probably will happen. I get it. He's in the form of his life, but it wasn't an all-round great performance, is what I'm saying. Some people saying 8, 5, 6, 8s, 10s, 8, 6, 9.5, 8, 7.5, 6.5. Do you know what? I'll agree with Bex. I'd say about 6.57 for me personally. Some people saying he's his man of the match. 8, 9, 7.5, 10 out of 10 for the shithousery. Yeah, I mean, for the shithousery, which the whole game was a proper shithousery. Let's get it right. The whole game was. Yeah, I'd say a 7. Rudiger was a 7, is what Abs is saying. Rudiger is a 9. He was covering up for Christensen, who didn't return on the right. Watch the highlights again. Rudiger ran to cover for Christensen. Did he really? I just see him in the middle of the blooming pitch chasing people down. 8 for getting the final pen and winning. Yeah, I mean, 7 or 8, fair enough. I hear that. 7, 7, 7. Redneck's laughing. I don't think Redneck's too happy. Listen, guys, there's nearly over 130 views here, 30 minutes in. Let's get them likes up to 100. If you are new to GNA TV, please subscribe to the channel. We are on the route to 3.5k subscribers. So let's try and get there before the end. Like we said, before we get to the end of Christmas. I want to try and get to 3.5k. Can't do it without you guys. Oh, Rudiger is good now. But let's move. Let's move, because I'm going to open up the lines in about 15 minutes once we've gone through here to get you guys involved as well. Thiago Silva, El Monstro, 7. For me, he's a 7. There was I was on Twitter and I was talking in the second half about how many times he was blocking shots. So our midfield was getting broke by Leeds. Every time they got the ball, they were moving the ball quickly, and it was beating our midfield and then going into and then they were on us onto our defense. And the number of times where they got outside the box and they done some 1-2s and they tried to take a shot, and this man was literally in front of the ball blocking it. I literally said, like, honestly, I've never seen a player block more blooming shots than Thiago Silva in one game. He was so, and I keep saying why he's so important in this system. Thiago Silva is so important still for me. Even when we're conceding goals, which we have been, he's still so valuable. He's still so important. For me, he's a 7 as well. Easily a 7, hands down. Some people saying 7, 7. Xavi says 7, 7. Sorry, 8, 7, 7.5, because it was just that one mistake. Went to my offside marking, too many shot blocks. So 7.5 for me. 7.5, yeah. You know what? 7.5 for me. Thiago Silva is just the Don. Like he is. 5, 7. Hiking for Martin says 7 as well. Fair enough. We have got some questions to be answered. I know Bex in the chat earlier asked a question about us leaking goals and where's it come from? How's it happening? We'll answer that later on, Bex, once we've got the panel in as well. So make sure we stay tuned for that. He is 37. He is 37. It is so important. He is 8.5 is what Boogeyman's saying. Big up to Boogeyman. 6, Silver Ghost, Rolls Royce. But he is, mate. He's just something else. We move. Let's move on to Aspie. His legs are gone for me. I don't know if people were noticing it, but I think he's struggling more. Even played in a position that we know he's best at doing. He's still struggling to play to the level that we know he can play, Mr. Consistent. now you're starting to see maybe the dip. You know, like when Ivanovic got to the latest stages of his career, you started to see that little dip, age, legs start going. And I'm looking at Aspie, and don't get me wrong, I'd still play him in games, but he was getting run, and he was puffing. In the second half, he was puffing. You know, he was puffing, and Tuchel again maybe could have done it earlier. Brought Christensen on again. Not a greatest performance from Christensen himself as well. Once he came on, for me, people still think he's our best defender. I don't know where they've got that from, but yeah, for me, he was struggling. He struggled massively. I'd say a 5 or even a 4. 5 or a 4. I think 5 would be fair. All the 7s highest our players could get today is 6.5, is what Varner's saying. 5.5. Aspie got a 6.5. Aspie wasn't bad today. He wasn't, but he's positioning, Xavi. If you watched him from a positional sense, I thought he struggled. I thought he struggled to get to grips with it, especially in the second half. He was just getting caught many times round the back. And I think that's where Tuchel noticed. And that's probably why Christensen came on for me. 5.5. Aspie needs to head to Spain before he taints his stellar record at Chelsea. 5. People rate Christensen over Rudiger. Yeah. A lot of people rate Christensen over Rudiger. I think Rudiger is better than Christensen in this current system, but I still think Christensen's been very good. Don't get me wrong. But he just can't. I don't know. I don't want to talk about Christensen in this because he didn't really play. I'm not even going to bring him up, to be honest, because it's not someone that we can talk too much about. You could maybe fault him for the goal a little bit. Yeah, he could have defended it better. Didn't really help much defensively. But, we move. Reece James. Did you ever notice that Reece James was playing more of like a central role again today? It was like he was picking the ball up from the wing and then going central and then holding it central. And you know what? The balance of this boy, being able to go forward in the speed that he does it, the speed that he moves to get across the pitch. Out of everyone, progressively, he was probably our best because he was driving into the pocket. What I expect Ruben Loftus-Cheek to do, which is his natural ability. Reece James. Reece James had a decent game for me. He wasn't massively great, but I thought he had an okay game. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch again. Some people were saying 4s, 5.5s. I'd give him a 5.56. Well, actually, I'll give him a 6 based on that performance. Definitely give him a 6. 6.5 for James. 5.5. He was playing in the right half space. He was attacking the pockets, which we needed, to be honest, especially when we broke the lines. And yeah, we used to get that a lot from the other side, and we're going to get to the other side very soon, so I won't talk about it yet. But when you've only got one person doing it with that energy, it's good. But when you have 2 doing it, and Ben Chilwell used to do it a lot, it just gets this system ticking for me. And this is why I say the wing backs are so important for Chelsea. So important. And I said it, as soon as Chilwell got injured, I said, issue will be the loss of Chilwell. Reece is a 5.5. Reece James also playing with an injury is what Bobby says. He is 5.56, 6.57. Reece was a 6 for me. Think James has been suffering from fatigue. I don't know, he probably has. He's playing constantly. What do you expect? Do you know what I mean? Guys, there's nearly over 180 of you here. If you are new to GNA TV, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like. Just get them likes up. My aim is to try and get it to 100 likes. I can't do it without you guys, so please help me do that, as it helps this show get out there on YouTube. The more likes I get, the more people see it on YouTube, and I can't do it without you guys. So please help me get that up. Aspie and Alonso have become the weak link now. That's also a part of the reason why we are struggling to attack and to recover balls. Spot on, Enzo. I agree. Not only offensively, but defensively, I just don't think they're at it anymore. James was a 6.5 because he lost the ball a few times at the start of the second half, but honestly, he supports in midfield in addition to the position. Yeah, I agree. Let's move, because I do want to open up the lines very shortly for you guys. Let's jump on to Jorginho, the Ballon d'Or finalist, shall we say. 2 penalties, scores, wins us the game. Was his overall game great? No, not for me. I don't think it was. I said to you earlier on in the show, what do I think? What do I think the issue was today? Why wasn't we ticking? I said it's partly to do with the midfield. I thought the midfield was getting overrun again. It was getting overrun. It was lacking. It wasn't helping. It wasn't providing for the forwards. Jorginho did that one nice pass to Havertz, which he should have scored, granted. But the overall play with and without the ball from the midfield just wasn't there. And you can see more and more why we miss Mateo Kovacic or a Kante, someone with the legs next to Jorginho. He was good. He was good today. He wasn't great. He won us the game. So for me, you've got to give him a 7 for the penalties. Without his penalties, you don't win the game. 9.5, 8, 8.5, 6.5, 8, 8 for Xavi as well. 7.5 for Bex playing with a back pain. That's true as well. I'll give him a 7.5. Actually, I forgot he's playing with injuries as well, and he won us the game. So yeah, we can give Georgie a 7.5. Jorginho playing with a back injury, not good at all, is what Xavi's saying to Chi-Chi's talking about. 7.5 is what Nick Blue's saying. Kante's coming back on Tuesday, Jem. Hopefully he can play. Yeah, Kante. I don't know if we've heard anything on Kovacic yet as well. Kovacic would be another one that we would want back quickly from a progressive element, offensively, moving forward, creating for the forward line more so. But Jorginho, he done his bit. Big up to him for getting the scoring the penalties as he does anyway. So yeah, big up to him. We move on from Jorginho, and now we get into Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek would have took his chances. The fact that Kovacic and Kante are out, the fact that he was now given the opportunity to run license and show us what he was showing us when the Kantes and the Kovacic's were around, which was very good. Hence why Tuchel thought of playing him in the 6. I thought we would have had more from him. And today's game again, I just feel like he let us down. Progressively not good enough going forward with the ball. Passing not good enough. Gave the ball away. Didn't really protect Jorginho when Leeds were on the break. Got caught a couple of times. I was one of the guys that actually thought that Ruben Loftus-Cheek wasn't a 6. I said it. I was like, nah, you can't play him there. He's an 8. He's a 10. You've got to play him further up the pitch. And I sat here after the sort of performances that we were seeing when they were very good when he was playing in there and how good he was playing. And I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. And I love being proven wrong especially by my own players. And I was like, hey, he can play a 6. And then I'm sitting there and I'm watching him play like he is recently, and I'm scratching my head because he has all the ability in the world. It's just I feel like he limits himself again. I just don't get Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I really don't get the performances that we get from him, especially when you're being given the opportunity. Grab it by the ball bags, and he's not doing that. He's just not doing it, and we're suffering. The team's suffering. The system's suffering because we need his ability. We need him to, to use his ability for this system to thrive, for the players around him to benefit from it. And when he doesn't use it, he just becomes a burden on the pitch for me. Because it's not like all right, he's not playing to a 10 out of 10 level. It's like he goes down to a 1 out of 10 level or a 2 out of 10 level, and his movement's not good enough. 4, 4, 0, 5, 5, 5, 4, 2, 4.5, 4.5. I'm going to give him a 3. 3 for me, 3.5. He is good cover, Xavi. I get that, but I just expect him to offer more, bro. Like I expect more from Ruben. 5.5 is what Eric Blue's saying as well. 4, 3. He cannot run. Why can't he run? Jim, do you reckon Chilwell's out for the season now? Potentially. There's talks about after December. Because what they're doing at the moment is they're trying to see, from what we've heard, is that whether it can recover itself. whether his Ben Chilwell's injury can recover itself. If it can't and it needs surgery, then they'll just send him onto the doctor's table, which means we'll miss him completely. Guys, there's nearly 240 of you guys here. If you are new and coming through, please subscribe to GNA TV. We're on our road to 3.5k subscribers. We are going to open up the lines as well. I always do that. So if you are new here, please stay tuned. You will get your opportunity to come on and get involved. Yeah, I get that, Global. I get that. But even prior to when he had that injury, he still wasn't playing to the level. 4, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, I've been quite harsh and gave him a 3.5. But if he's got the injury, then you could probably push a 4 for me. I forgot that he's playing with an injury as well. But, I expect more from him because he is that good on his day. We just need more consistency from him. All right, guys, who's ready? Who wants to talk about Marcus Alberto Carlos Alonso? Roberto Carlos. Mark Berto Alonso. Sorry, I've got to get his name right. Mate, how great is Marcus Alonso? For me, he was great today. Best player on the pitch. Should have got easily a 10. Easily a 10 out of 10 today, Marcus Alonso. He gave a penalty away. He couldn't move the ball up the pitch. He was giving free kicks away. He was out of position. He didn't offer anything going forward. That's a 10 out of 10. Come on, you ain't going to beat Marcus Alonso. He does everything the system needs from a player. He does it. Yeah, I'm taking the piss. Obviously. Captain Leeds, a legend. 2, 2, 6. Where do I start? Do you honestly want to hear me talk about Alonso? Because I can do it again and again and again. Even when this guy was playing well, when Ben Chilwell was being benched by him, I said this system, he's not good enough for this system. He's not good enough for the way that we play this system and the game. He is not good enough for that. He will give you a level, but that level that he gives you is just not good enough. He is so bad. He is part of the reason why this system doesn't work. We have no outlet down that wing. You can pass him it. It'll take 4 touches and one goes sideways, backwards. All right, he created the goal. Fair enough for Mason Mount. Does it once in a blue moon. Got himself in the right position. He's just dead. He's just not good enough. And in January, I want my ball to go and buy someone. If they don't buy someone, go and bring someone back. Granted, Alonso can still play, but I don't want Alonso to be the only outlet we have. We have to try something different, man. We are suffering. And that penalty that he gave away was stupid. Why are you going on the floor? You're an experienced player. You've played this game for long enough. Why did you go and tackle? It wasn't even one of them ones where you stick your foot out and you catch someone and they get a penalty. Because that happens. He actually slides in the box. He's just slid him out on the in the box, completely wiped him out. Who does that? Nah, he's a. I'm just gonna keep giving him a 0. All right, a 1 because he gave us the goal. Just not good enough, man. 1. Alonso should get 10 out of 10 for being the worst player today. Assisted Mount, Rednick, leave him out, mate. 2 for the assist. We're not going to use his assist to paper over the fact that he's just horrible. Specs. Alonso gets a 3 for Eric Blue. It's just poo. Absolutely poo. Absolutely poo. Guys, over 270 of you here. Get them likes up, please. Get them likes up. I want 100 likes. The lines are going to be open soon. We're moving on to the forward line, and then the lines are going to be for you to get involved, have your say, get your opinions in. We're going to start with Mason Mount. For me, he was a 7. He dug us out. He got us the goal before half time. Nice finish. He offered more than the other 2 up front, Havertz and Werner. Done more than what Havertz and Werner did all game. Do I still think it was vintage Mason Mount performance? No. Definitely wasn't a vintage Mason Mount performance. But it was a good performance. And if you're not going to play well because the system's suffering and he can't seem to, he's not getting the best out of it because of the system being affected. If you're still going to stat pad, still assist, still score, and still be important in key moments of games where we needed people, then for me, you're doing your job. And Mason Mount's not playing for me at the same level as we've seen in the past, but he's still having a big influence in this team. He's still relied upon. For me, he's still relied upon in this team at the moment. And yes, he's had some stinkers this season, but he can play like he did today, which wasn't overly great for me, but still in moments be relied on and make things happen. So I'm going to give him a 7 for me. Daniel's giving him a 9, straight up 9 from Daniel. He's not even hiding the fact on that one. 6, 6.5, 6, 11, 6, 8, 7.5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7's fair, I think. 7's there. 4, 8, 7. Mount keeps this team together, is what VJ's saying. Do you agree with that, guys? Do you agree with what VJ is saying there? Only 57 likes, guys. Come on, let's get them likes up, please. If you haven't hit the likes and you're chilling and watching this show, please just click it. It's literally below me, right below me. Just hit it. I need to get to 100 likes, please. Let's do that. 9 from Redneck. Redneck's giving him a 9. 5, 7, 6, 7, 6, 6. All good, Josh. Nice to see you, bro. Nice to see you in the house. 7.5. Not all good. I mean, the performance wasn't good, but, we move. We move. Kai Havertz. I see a lot of people on social media going, where was this Kai Havertz performance that that everyone talks about, the one that runs around and assists and creates space and this, that, and the other? I was just sitting there just laughing. It's funny how people can just what's the word? Just switch on the fact of what. I mean, we can criticize him on this game, yeah, 100%. I'm down for that. But then just to compare it to all the other games, I just find it a bit weird. But anyway, we move. Should he have scored? Yes. If he scores, maybe it's a different game, but he didn't. Was he isolated? Yes. Did he have much to feed off? No. Was he coming deep because the midfield was struggling massively to try and get the ball and turn around and do whatever he's going to do and try and link? Yeah. Did he go missing in the second half? Yes. Do we need more from Kai Havertz? Yes. No one played well today for me. It was just a poo game. And I keep saying to you, my finger's pointed at Tuchel in this game. I don't think he helped these players one bit today. 3-4-3 didn't work. Should have switched it. Get the forwards involved more. Give them something different. Substitutions. Cho, Ziyech, Lukaku. Could have come on earlier. He didn't do that today. And yes, he wasn't good enough. I expect more from Kai Havertz. I'm more than happy to give him a 4 or a 5. On this game, you've heard me. I just said it straight up. I ain't hiding, bro. I ain't hiding. I will say it straight up on this game that he wasn't good enough. 5. Yeah, I'd say a 5. I'd probably say a 5. Maybe even a 4. 5. Who's that? Who are you talking to, Varno? You're not talking to me, mate. There's no agenda from me. I think you must be talking to someone in the chat. Jem, we got to wait for him to develop. Yeah, I get that. He's still very young. 100%. But still not good enough, man. Still nowhere near good enough. He needs to, when he's getting given the opportunities and he's on the pitch, he needs to show us. He needs to act. Performance was lethargic for a player of his caliber. I agree. 3. 6. Partly of his own doing, but for me also, the system-wise, it just didn't work. The people playing off him, the chemistry wasn't there. And the midfield wasn't really progressively doing much anyway. It wasn't finding him. I was being sarcastic. Please take it easy. Oh, you're being sarcastic. All right, you're taking the piss. Fair enough. But I actually still think he's young and we've got to give him time. I think there's a great player in Kai Havertz. I like Kai Havertz as a player. I think he's really good. I just think he's not at that level that we need him to be yet. And obviously, the issue you have is price tag and Chelsea Football Club because we have to have it now. We have to see it now. 6. 3. All right, Alonso's a 3. Just needs a bit more aggression from Kai. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right, man. I think we do need to see more aggression in his game. 0 for Sir Mason Mount. Havertz been underperforming for ages. I disagree with that. I don't think he's been underperforming in terms of goals and assists, yes, but he's I don't think he's been as bad. 2, Havertz is going to be class. All right, let's move because we have got one more player left, and it is Timo Werner. And was he good today? No, hell no. I'm not going to sit here and defend him. He wasn't good. I thought the first 10, 15 minutes, because I know Dan said it on social media as well, that they linked up quite well. It was like, oh, it's looking all right. And then it just fizzed out. It just went. And my thing is this with Timo Werner, and this is not to defend him, but why I keep saying I point the finger at Tuchel is that you know that in recent performances of Timo Werner, where you're getting the best out of him, or he's looking more confident, i.e., you look at the last game, is where he's given the license to roam free. So if he wants to run to the left, he can. If he wants to run to the right, he can. If he wants to run behind the defence where there is space across the back four, he'll do that. Today, he was asked specifically to play off the left and hold his position off the left. In Alonso and Werner as your left, it's just nowhere near going to happen. You're limiting Werner's movement by doing that. And that's why I say to Tuchel, why didn't you change it, Tuchel? Why? You can see he's suffering. You can see he's not enjoying it out there. You can see it's not working. Why are you just leaving it like that? You know, and then all of a sudden you've got people on social media want him out, this, that, and the other. He's not good enough. Get rid of him, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's my point. It's not, he wasn't good today. It was a free for me. I'm not even defending him. I'm here now saying he's a free. But I don't think he was helped out whatsoever. I don't think the team was helped out. The system, all of it just didn't work for me today. And we have to, as fans, yes, we can criticise players and look at their performances, but we have to sometimes look more past that and think, why? Well, we know Timo Werner played in a 3-5-2 and he played quite well. Today he was asked to play 3-4-3 and it didn't work. Not, oh, he's just shit, he's not good enough, blah, 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 blah. You need to try and play to people's strengths. That's what I'm trying to get at. And it just didn't do that for me. We just didn't do that. So 3, started the game well, then disappeared. I agree. Big up to DJ, Sav J in the house. Nice to see you, bro. 3. Class Rev is probably crying right now. 7. Running into Space Merchant. It's what Global CFC is saying. 4. Smash the likes, people. I am going to release the link now. The link's going to be in the chat in the next, in the next couple of minutes. In terms of Timo Werner, I'll give him a 3. I'm not here to defend him. I've got no much more to say about him. Nearly 300 of you here. Try and get me, let's have a look. I need to be on a certain amount of likes, man. What's going on here? How many likes we got? We've got 61 likes and there's nearly 271 of you here. Everyone, please hit that like button. The link will be released. If we can get another 15 likes like that, the link will be released in the chat for you guys. Come on. Subscribe to the channel as well. Disagree, there was so many times where he was 1-on-1 against a defender and did nothing. I disagree because that wasn't the case. What do you mean he did nothing? Where do you name me a number of times that I don't maybe even remember him doing that. Even having that moment, he just fizzed out for me. He wasn't there for me, Dan. He just wasn't in the game. Further is like possession waiting to be lost. It's frustrating 9 times out of 10. It is, but it is. I get it, but at the same time, I think people are forgetting how to utilize him. We should know now how to play Timo Werner. We know he wants to play off a striker. We know he wants to have the license to roam and be free. And in this Leeds game, they should have given him that because the space was there. But when you ask him to just sit on the side, on the left, and pick the ball up and dribble past someone and cross, and don't go right, don't go in the middle, don't just hold it out over there and try and create something. It's not going to work. That's what I'm saying to you guys. Sometimes it's just a bit of common sense. 100 likes. Big up to Hassan. 100 likes for the link drop. It's not good enough. It just definitely wasn't good enough from our perspective. And I keep banging on about it. I haven't questioned Tuchel or even said anything in regards to Tuchel as a manager and what he's done up to now. But today you've got to question him for the substitutions and not switching the system when you could clearly see that it wasn't working, that we lost control of the game, that we were suffering, that the forward line couldn't get involved, that midfield was losing the battle in midfield. The defenders were having too much pressure. Mendy was being called on too much. I think change it. He should have changed it for me. Let me put the link in the chat for you guys. Let's do that now. 71 likes, so we're about 30 away from 100. Let's get there. There is the link. You want to come in, you want to have your say, come and get involved. The link has also now been. Wow, I was about to pin it, but I can't. What's going on here? Can I pin the link here? The army is in. Redneck, what's happening?
What's going on, man?
I'm all right, mate. Just slightly frustrated with the performance, to be honest. As you could probably hear me, I'm not on the side of. I am on the side of happy that we won the game, but at the same time, I feel like we made it hard. I think Tuchel made it hard, to be honest. But what are your thoughts on it?
I'm okay with the starting lineup, but just we had to use the starting lineup because we had the game 2 days ago. So the starting lineup wasn't a problem for me. For me, was the problem just like you? It was substitutions.
Yeah,
I think you can see Mount dropping pace at 60th minute approximately.
yeah.
So for me, the 60th minute should be the sub. But then when the subs came in, it did not help the situation, actually. We had the same problem with Timo Werner couldn't hold the ball, same problem with Cho couldn't hold the ball.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter but substitutions. It was individual mistakes that we conceded the goal. Both of them, actually. Both goals that we conceded individual mistakes. It's hard to predict. It's hard to make. Like, it's hard to judge the game.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're gonna start talking, people are gonna criticize because you just don't like that kind of player. So that's why I said what I said in the beginning. We're gonna start trying to analyze the game, and in the minute we finish, it's gonna be about Rudiger's contract and stuff.
Well, no, I was going to ask you about Tuchel. Actually, I mean, do you? I mean, you've said you're annoyed with the subs. But do you not feel like
it's not the first time? It's not the first time.
No. But do you also think the system could have
That's
been
the only criticism.
Here's the problem with the no. It's I don't have problem with the system because we don't have our system.
Well, we do. We played the 3-5-2 the last game.
No, we don't. We stop saying that we're playing Mount the same position. Mount just dropping. That's a 3-5-2.
Yeah, but we didn't play that though because we was asking Werner to play out left. Why wasn't Werner given the opportunity to play closer to Havertz and venture around? That's what I wanted to see. He wasn't able to do that.
Okay, so you tried to limit the space for Werner, who does need more space, and you tried to limit the space.
Well, he's getting limited by being held out on the left anyway. That's my problem.
I think you're asking way too much of Timo Werner. He already limited in the space. If you get him closer to this,
he's this shit.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, he's just limited.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's just a limited.
There's no little. We cannot agree. Like Timo Werner doesn't play with same performance is the same. Yeah. Timo Werner, when he had the hamstring, he did not play, but we still had the same shit performances. So now Timo, like everybody has their own biased player that if he plays that we jump in on it, but we don't see the actual problem, which is a pivot.
Well, yeah, the midfield was, yeah, I agree. I think
and
the
midfield was at the end of this conversation, whatever we're going to try to accomplish out of this, we're going to come back, as I said in the beginning, it's going to be blaming Alonso, blaming Timo Werner, and why Rudiger doesn't get 400K, why the board let him the
Also,
that's it.
Havertz is missing many chances.
It's it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Havertz, blame Havertz. What do you want? Lukaku to play after 90 minutes? You want Lukaku to play the game 2 days ago again for 90 minutes? That's what you want?
Jam, I got a question. Normally we come if we would come from a Champions League match in Russia, we can excuse this performance, but I think we've been performing like this for way too long. That's why I'm worried.
Yeah,
that's why I'm worried. Like, because normally you expect like us to be kind of dead. We just came from Russia. The guys didn't even have proper sleep, proper anything. Tuchel said himself, but this is a couple games now, and we're conceding way too many goals.
Yeah, this is a problem.
And what is it for you, Xavi? The midfield? Do you agree?
Like it's partially the midfield. I think we're very low in confidence right now. The defense is not sure because even when we play out the back, it's like we're not sure of ourselves before we would be able to play out the back so easily and like bypass that press that teams put and build up our play from then. But I think because of the mistakes that we were making, people like they're starting to question themselves and don't want to make that mistake again and don't want to be blamed for it. So.
But Jorginho today is playing very well performance. As I saw him, like he can tackle, he can. I saw him many times. He tackles.
Jorginho was good today.
He was playing very well, in my opinion.
Really?
Yes,
he was good. I think he was good.
Great?
He was so good. In my
I
opinion.
don't think he was so good. If you want my opinion.
Well, he was.
And
he was
you know what I like about Jorginho though, like even though he'll make a mistake for like the man you are, he still owns up and like takes that responsibility and steps up.
Yes.
Yeah, and look, granted, he got the goals. Like, you know, I get that, but was it a vintage Jorginho performance for me? No. You know, we will get him.
I actually,
I mean, to be honest, our player.
Actually, with Xavi, as much as I don't like Jorginho, for me, he was the best one on the field out of all the shit we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you say that, but then we're blaming the midfield, so that don't make sense to me. If you're blaming the midfield,
no. I'm not here the pivot, but he's not the only one. We play with two pivot.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But he's a part of it.
For me, here's what I think the problem was with the game at the same. It's like as the game went. Alonso, Jorginho. Why Jorginho playing on the left side close to Alonso, not Robin Loftus-Cheek? It's not saying like why we put in Rudiger under so much pressure. You see what I'm saying? So if Rudiger, like, I don't know if it's a tactician or it's just a.
That's why I said you got to question Tuchel a little bit. Though.
Why? For example, do you think Robin Loftus-Cheek will be helpful to defend more if with Alonso than Jorginho? Because look at it, and Timo Werner plays on the left side, so it's like signs. Go this way.
There was no protection you know what I'm saying? Jorginho. Yeah, there was no protection for Jorginho whatsoever today. To be honest, Ruben Loftus-Cheek wasn't nowhere near him a lot of the times when he was when
as bad as we played, the only 2 goals that we conceded are individual mistakes.
But the thing is, though, our last 5 games have been mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. Individuals that are
exactly, but individual mistakes are only start appearing in the consequences when it's not.
Would you say it's to do with the rotation, like the lack of much like sharpness and stuff like that?
I think it's, for me personally, I want Tuchel to sign up. I want Chelsea to finally get a grip of this guy and just hold him and let him build his own team.
Yeah, I agree.
I really do. But I don't.
Yeah, I'm on board with that too.
I do not want those bunch of players that we have right now to get his job in the questioning.
Yeah, because
I agree. It's always happening at Chelsea.
Yeah,
and he's responsible for him. Yeah,
go back and look how everything started with the previous manager. You see what I'm saying? As much as I love to jump on Jorginho and everything, and I agree. I like. For me, he was good. He performed. He did not make mistakes. He did not cast.
He's injured as well, wasn't he?
I don't buy that. I think it was Tuchel protection of him. He needed the rest. I always say that. For me, it didn't look like he had. If you have a hip injury, are you shooting on a penalty?
No, well, you wouldn't even be able to.
No, because as soon as you jump, you hurt your back.
It's just my opinion.
Bro, Dan, what are you saying, bro? Let's get on.
It's my turn.
Go.
My turn. Our back line, man, it is getting spooky at this point. Like, we cannot keep a freaking clean sheet, and that's a major problem. Everything else is ancillary. That's like the major problem that we have. Be it our midfielders getting bypassed in center mid, and you're getting point blank shots that shouldn't happen. Like, what was the last goal or their second goal? What was that?
I'm not allowed to say Nick Blue is here.
Like, that was terrible. Everything else, I mean, Werner's Werner, man. You know,
Werner can't do anything, man.
He's shit.
I'm just saying, after the last game,
I would sell him in January.
Shit.
No, but the thing is, though, I would have paired him with Lukaku up front. I
Get
would
rid
have
of
done
him.
a Lukaku Werner.
Lukaku
Let
wasn't going to
Daniel
start.
Lukaku
let Daniel
Werner,
finish.
my boy.
Let Daniel finish his point.
Yeah, let him
Lukaku
finish.
wasn't going to start. He was tired. People get tricked. You get tricked sometimes. I know you guys get. I told you guys after the last game. Don't get tricked by the 2 goals. The general play is not good. The next game is going to be like that. The next game was like that.
Yeah, but you're
That being
playing
said,
him at a completely different position. That's what I
man,
don't get. Like, why
this
do
is
we
our
do it?
formation though. He can't
Yeah.
like. You know what I mean? You can't make an excuse for that. This is what we play. We play 3-4-3.
For almost a year.
Yeah, but
We played 3-4-3
he
for a
was pretty
long
much
time.
playing on the left.
Yes.
He was told to play on the left. He was holding he had to hold himself out
Yeah,
on the
he
left.
had
You
to
don't
hold off the
isolate someone
left.
like that.
Mount had to hold off the right. They both had to hold.
Yeah, but you
Right?
know, you've seen Timo Werner last year in that position. He suffered
Daniel's got a
massively
fucking
playing there. You knew that.
agenda.
That's my point.
If he can't do the job, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Like you got to play off the right. You got to play off the left.
So we played Romelu Lukaku on the right. We're going to get the same performance.
Romelu, he's not a center forward though. So if you play him center forward and he's fucking up there, which he will, there's a built-in excuse for that too. He's not a center forward. He's not a goal scorer. He shouldn't be.
I just
playing.
wanted to see him play closer to
Somebody's
Havertz. He didn't do that. But that's my point anyway.
But
He
I
can't
don't want to
even
stick to
pass.
him. You know, he did what he did. It is what it is. We move on.
He didn't cost us the game either.
It didn't cost again. The attack didn't cost us the game.
Yeah.
Why are we conceding this many goals? Like people don't seem to understand that's the problem.
But talk about it, Dad. Why are we conceding this many goals? Is it the midfield? Is it the lack of protection to the
Our structure.
It's-
Is it the wing
individual
backs?
mistakes, right? Individual mistakes have
Yeah.
almost every single goal is an individual mistake, a lapse in concentration, and it's by the most experienced players. You know what I mean? I tweeted, people were getting on Lampard for not wanting this clown anywhere in our first team. This guy's a clown. This is what he does. He gives
People
you a couple
underrating
good games.
Conte.
Daniel, get on your fucking bus and fuck
He
off.
gives you a couple good games. Shut
Shut
up.
up.
Do you know who I'm even talking about? You
Go
clown.
fuck yourself, you stupid fucker.
What is wrong with this guy?
Fuck is
Talking
wrong
about
with this
Rudiger
man?
now.
Hey, yo, kick
Nick,
him
talk
off.
about talking about
Move
Rudiger.
on.
Let's talk about
What
Alonso.
the
Whoa,
fuck
that
is wrong
disrespect
with
was not
you?
needed, bro.
Wow.
Hey,
What is
hey,
wrong
Nick,
with you?
Nick.
I thought he was
Wow.
talking
1
about
second.
Rudiger, man.
He wasn't
Even
talking
if
about
he
How are you
Rudiger.
did,
fucking
even if he
listening?
was,
Nick,
Yeah.
1 second, Redneck. 1 second. Let me just speak to him. Nick, when people are talking, do not be rude to him, mate, because I will have to kick you. I don't like stuff like that. Don't swear at people.
Yeah,
All he
please be
said was
Don't
respectful.
swear at
Jim.
people.
Yeah, I thought
No,
it
I know,
was
but listen, if people got opinions, don't be disrespectful. That's disrespectful, man. I know you're an older person. I've got
Yeah,
respect for you
please.
massively, but
I hate that.
don't do that. Not
Come
on the
on,
stream.
man.
That's not
Don't
nice
take it too
whatsoever.
far.
Yeah.
even
so
if it's about Rudiger, it doesn't matter.
just reserve your.
Even though
like,
he was
if
talking
it
about
wasn't for
Alonso.
Rudiger today, we'd be losing the
okay,
game.
cool. But we weren't talking about Rudiger. We were talking about Alonso. So
Even
Oh,
if
Alonso
you,
is-
no.
Still isn't
Here's the
excuse
thing. Here's the
disrespect,
thing.
bro.
Even if it was a Rudiger, even if he
Yeah, you
was
can't talk to
talking
people
about
like
the
that.
Rudiger,
You can't say words like that to any player.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
you can't
Seb
talk.
Alonso.
But they can. He can because it's his
All right,
point.
let
So
him.
that's
All
what I'm
right,
saying.
go. All right,
just-
Alonso was very bad, I know, but the whole
Yeah.
team was shit today.
what?
All right.
All right, give
that's-
your opinion,
the
Nick,
point.
since you want to talk. Go ahead, bro.
Let Dan finish his point, and Nick, just apologize to him as well because you just.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. I thought you were talking really bad about
Oh,
the one
No
and
way.
only
Yeah.
best centre half in the world.
All right, go on.
It's
Go
fine.
on, Dan.
All I'm saying is I'm the mountain stand and I don't attack people personally when they criticize. Well, the point is this, right? Alonso is not there. The mistakes, why would you choose to slide tackle in that position? And let him get the cross off.
Yeah.
At worst, let him cross it and have them deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, but the same thing always happens with this guy. A brain dead error, and it's always happening for our most experienced players. Right? Through this whole run is our most experienced players, except for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He had an error in like the last couple of games. But apart from that, it's our most experienced players making all these errors and just fucking up. And this guy, he's a false positive for us. There's no point. Whatever you gain from him, he takes it away. So you might gain a nice assist or something, a nice pass going forward. He's going to take that away from you by fucking up in the back line.
100%.
Doing something stupid. So it's like there's no... It's a win. It's a win-lose. And our general play from that side, there's nothing there. So for me, if we're going to play a 3-4-3, right, the only players I should see in those 10s is Mason Mount, Pulisic, Cho, or Ziyech. I don't want to see Werner on the
Alex.
wing. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I said in the 10s. I don't want to see Werner on the wings. I just don't. It doesn't work, right?
Yeah, and
So
it's
unless
like
I would
playing
put
handicap on
Pulisic.
that left.
I would put
It's like
Pulisic.
being handicapped.
yeah,
Like
like,
we're
he's
handicapped
getting
on that left
nothing.
hand
So
side.
yeah, that's it for me for now.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on to Eric Blue. Eric Blue, how you saying, my man?
Do not talk about Rudiger though.
Eric Blue, not Nick Blue. He's not there. Eric
He's
Blue. All right.
responding to silence.
Football star, what are you saying?
Yo, what's up? Big up, Jim and the panel. First of
Big
all,
up,
the performance was not that good in my opinion. It was very bad. Like I cannot believe what against Leeds, they're almost in relegation, and I just 3 games in a row. I don't get it. Before in the past, we had solid defense. Nobody can score from us or conceding goals. And this is affecting us so much. And will be serious damage for our leading to get the Premier League, hopefully. But we are now thinking to how to solve this problem in the midfield and defense. But right now, there's issues right now, because of the injuries and stuff like that. But Alonso, man, I just wanted to buy a January transfer, another left wing back. I don't know who. I don't care who, Gosens or anybody. I just want to buy someone. He is very bad and he can't dribble and can't go forward most of the time or pass or anything. So I hope he's gone or anything. Yeah.
I hear you, bro. I do hear you. What you saying, Javi, about the game?
I'm like you just summed it up, bro. It's like we won, but these performances are it's worrying because it's like I could understand if it's just 1 or 2 and then we go back to playing how we're used to, but we get stuck in this slump. And we have fixtures coming up, except for Everton at home. Hopefully we perform well there, but we have Villa and Wolves away where we notoriously slip up at those grounds. And then we have a hard run in January where we play Liverpool, Man City, and Tottenham back to back in the league. So I don't know. I'm just frustrated because I feel like our standard, we should be like Leeds today. We should be dominating and we should be like they're not making excuses for the injuries they have because the players that they're missing will hinder their squad. Like Calvin Phillips and Bamford not playing, it's a big miss. And I think there's another big guy that they had that was out today. And it's just we should be doing better. We're Chelsea. We need to be dominating these teams. And Alex made a great point. I do not want Tuchel to suffer for this because this is the best chance we have to Tuchel's the real deal. So we need to build with Tuchel. This is a turning point where we could just stick with a manager, get him his players, and build consistency. Where we're always challenging our competing, winning the title here and then challenging all the time. So I don't want these players to get this guy his job because we know the tune at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And if he ends up going, we're just going to be stuck in the same cycle again. Same cycle. And there's another point. I know Conte has been picking up a lot of injuries, but I feel like with Conte in, we don't concede as many goals under Tuchel like that. I think Conte, say if Conte is playing on Alonso's side or something like that, he's there. He can help cover up for a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Boogeyman's saying because he was I say defended Alonso, but he just said he thinks that if Kovacic was back in the lineup, Alonso would have more freedom. I don't really think that helps, really.
Freedom to do what? He takes too long.
Freedom to
what he's gonna do with the freedom?
conquer England. That's what
freedom
he will have. Freedom. Freedom.
He gets he it's like he touches on a ball and he lags out and then he comes back.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
He's just too
what
slow.
I saw today was actually funny. He actually started to blame other players for his own mistakes.
I know.
At Rudiger one time, Rudiger passed it to him, and he was like, "What was that?"
Bro,
It
he
was
took
hilarious.
about 40 seconds to turn and pass the ball, and
Ah,
lost
don't.
it,
He
and
does it
then
every
looked at
blooming game, bro.
and then
He's
looked at
so
Remember,
Rudiger
he
like,
had
"Why'd
won
you
the
pass
ball
me the
back.
ball?
lorry. It's like
What do you
watching a
mean why'd I
truck
pass
turn
you the
around.
ball? You took 50 seconds to turn."
Freedom's become even shitter as with the surfaces. Yeah, funny.
And apparently,
How about it, Nick Blue? What was your thoughts, mate, on the game?
Yes, chaps. I happened to be at the game today,
Okay.
and we started off pretty well. It was okay. The first half wasn't as bad as the second, but every player wasn't on it. We missed Kanti and Kovacic so bad it showed a million miles away today. Last time I came to the bridge, they were both playing, and what a difference does it make?
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. And I can't. Jorginho wasn't bad. He was good today, actually. Not just because he's got the penalties, but he was trying. And Rhys James, he was trying so much. Rhys James was good, but he had to keep going in midfield as well to help out because
Yeah.
Ruben wasn't there.
I noticed that.
He wasn't there at all. But the only good thing is we won, and we have to move on. And the subs were very late. How can you bring someone on for 6 minutes to go? 8 minutes it was, 6, I think. Lukaku comes on. What's he going to do in 6 minutes? And I don't know if you lot saw what happened right at the end when we kept it at the corner flag. When one a Leeds player got excited and pushed one of our players. I couldn't even see which one it was because they're all game for each other. And you see Rudiger running up like a fucking killer. You see, I wanted him to hit and knock one of them out. Really, I did. But yeah, but
Can't do that. He wouldn't be able to play otherwise, Nick.
Yeah, I know, but everyone wanted it. The bench, all the staff, they had to run on and keep Rudiger back. And you say, he doesn't. As people say, he doesn't want to be at the club. That's why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I do hear you.
That's why. Yeah, sorry, Daniel. I thought you were talking really bad about. I got it mixed up.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was me.
Yeah, I
Rudiger's
know
shit.
now. Yeah,
he's crap. He just don't deserve to play for this team. He's not good enough. We should.
Yeah,
get rid of
that's
him.
true. Alonso was, a worst player as usual.
Even if he did say all those things, does he deserve to
all
come?
right, Redneck. I know, but we
Just
all
leave
get
it.
carried
No,
away.
let's not go back down there.
Look, we all get carried away with things, like yourself.
I do understand, but
guys, don't go down.
it's it. Yeah, let's forget about it. You're right.
Yeah, it's nothing big, but I forgot now. I was going to say even Mason Mount, he got the goal, but performance-wise, very poor, very poor.
Yeah.
I like Mason Mount, but he was poor. I was waiting for him. I was waiting for him to do something, but no,
Mason Mount was poor.
Very poor, very poor.
All right, let's go to let's go to Eric Blue. Eric Blue, you're here with us now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Yeah, look, that was I don't like to focus on the results nowadays, especially because the performances have just been so poor recently. So I prefer to focus on the results and to come back as well from we conceded first and we haven't really been very good at coming back when we concede under Tuchel. I'm not sure how many times we've done it like 3 times. So that was a big positive. It shows that the players are still, they're still fighting. There's no issue behind the scenes. We don't need to worry about Tuchel getting sacked. I don't think. I think everybody would like some kind of consistency, some kind of what's the word? Some kind of continuity, right, with the team. And we want to build something. So I think Tuchel needs to just keep doing what he's doing. Yes, you can say he's been poor recently. I can't argue with it. He's made some tactical errors, but I still think Tuchel overall is he's really good, and he's the most important signing, if you like. Yeah, he's elite. Exactly, he's elite.
Eric,
so
I agree with your point because I feel like normally when we go a goal down, it's very hard for us, and I feel like we showed character because I think we could have even folded when they got the equalizer and said, all right, cool.
Yeah.
We're just like down and out. But that's the one positive. The only criticism I had, I think Tuchel is just playing with what he has right now. We have so many injuries. So there's not much
That's right.
he can do.
Mm.
But the only criticism is his subs. I feel like he makes them too late.
Yeah, Gabby. We have
That's
our best 3 players out. Even 4, even Chalobah. He's one of our best
Yeah,
players.
but we have a fully fit. My thing is, we have a fully fit forward line, and we could have utilised that better today. You know, we didn't. We could have. We couldn't. It could have not been made as hard as it did. We could have made things
Even
easier.
if pivot is strong enough. Even if pivot is strong enough. Jorginho and Robin Loftus-Cheek. Seriously, what was the problem with Jorginho and Robin Loftus-Cheek? Are they not good players or something?
Yeah, they are good players.
They are good.
I mean,
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek wasn't that bad. He was average, but he wasn't that bad.
No, I'm saying like no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like for example, like we're saying we have an injury. We do have injuries. It's right, but for this specific game, even those players should be doing it. Somebody Abdullah keeps saying like what's the name? Everton is gonna be easier game because Everton is on the down. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Leeds had worse injuries than we are.
They did.
Or than Everton.
Everton
we
are
also
going to be on
knew
a
how they
high
were going to
after
play the
winning.
game.
After
You know, as
winning,
well, which
Yeah,
is
I
the
don't.
other thing.
I
Saturday.
think something is going on. It's more than just the injuries.
Me too.
even
I
more-
agree.
It's
I
more
think-
than
I think
just
you're right.
injuries.
Could
Yeah.
it be these contract talks as well?
Yeah. Guys,
Keep away from contracts. I don't want to argue today.
continue to smash the like button. Nearly 100 likes. There's still over 220 of you here. Please subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. We're on a road to 3.5k. We've got Klasrev coming on after this guy, a very AFCON Xmas. What do you want to say, my man?
Hey, Jem. How you doing? It's Ice. Don't worry.
Oh, it's Blue Ice. Spit it out.
Me, bro. How you doing, bro?
Blue Eyes with a different name.
I
What's
didn't even
going
know you
on?
was here, mate.
I had to go. I had to come in incognito. You know.
You coming to drop some bombs, Blue Ice?
No.
He doesn't want Kai to come and follow him, innit?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. No. You know,
I
Jem,
wish
you
we
know what?
had Mikel today.
I wish.
Today in the pivot.
Trust me. I wish we had Mikel. But yeah, you know what? I've heard what everyone's saying, and especially Xavi. It was a terrible performance, but I consider this a character building showing, which I'll take to the bank any day. Rudiger's got to get that contract. You know, like enough is enough.
You tell him, my boy.
We're not talking. We're not talking about Rudiger's contract right now, but he's got to get that contract. He showed grit, and you know what? At the end of the day, the pivot was suspect, but Jorginho did what Jorginho had to do. You can tell Ruben Loftus-Cheek is probably not going to be a mainstay in that pivot. We really can't wait any more longer for Kovacic these days, because that pivot was really suspect. But at the end of the day, guys, character building performance. We take it to the next, and hopefully Kante is back next week, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
apparently.
so.
I think Kante is back next week. Oh, yeah, and before I go, one last thing. Kai Havertz did what Kai Havertz normally does. I know people don't see it, people don't care. He runs around like a headless chicken. But man, that guy, he overworked himself today. And you know, I just want to tip my hat.
I'm with you, Blue Eyes. I'm with you on that too.
Yeah, man. Like I'll give him it was a 6 out of 10, maybe 5.5 out of 10 performance. But
was all right.
he put in that's the his pipeline was full today. That's what I like with players. If you are not giving that end product, put in the work. And Kai Havertz did that. So yeah, I tip my hat to Kai as well too. That's it.
He just needs to. He's with Kai, right?
Passion and desire.
He had an opportunity today to score. He should have scored, and he needs to do that. You know, he needs to take them chances when he's in front of goal. If he does that, everything else to his game for me is good. He's still very
one last thing. Actually, before one last thing I did forget. I wanted to give credit to Leeds because. This reminded me of the Viduka days. I'm not sure the people that have watched Leeds.
Yeah, Mark Viduka,
Mark Viduka, Olivier Decor, Lucas Redebe, Alan Smith, the good old days. And I really enjoyed this game. Yeah, thank you very much, man. Lee Boyer and them guys. This was a nasty Leeds side. So they came into the bridge to put on the fight. So I got to tip my hats to them too.
Fair enough. We got Klasrev here. What's going on, Klasrev?
Bro, I want
Are
to
you
say
still in
like,
love? Are you still in love with Werner? Can I just ask
yeah,
you?
yeah, of course.
All right.
Like,
Let him defend him. Go on.
Go on,
yeah,
go.
I just want to say like I might be from old school, but like when somebody is talking, like Daniel is talking, you don't need to abuse him. Like he has got his own opinions, and it just doesn't look nice. Like you
Yeah,
go on
don't
him.
worry. We've moved on from that anyway, Clasriff. Tell us about the game. Go on, mate.
Yeah. Like, I listen. Alonso is a fucking dead food, bro. Like he can't play. He can't play more than like one game, in 4 weeks.
Did you not see his world class assist?
Listen. The first goal is all about Werner. It's all about Werner quick thinking, passing. He didn't took much time on the ball. He passed so fast to Alonso, and Alonso then passed to Mount. Mount had all the space. It was all about Werner's quick thinking, the first goal. And then I really feel like Mason Mount and Havertz together as an attackers, they don't work. They when they see Timo Werner on the team sheet, they become fucking lethargic. They're like, oh, he's gonna do all the dirty work. Oh, we're just gonna run. We're just gonna run and score. That's what they do. Like how, even in like Champions League final, the only game a lot of people talk about, they both got subbed after 60, 70 minutes. And then now people are missing Kovacic. Oh, we miss Kovacic. Listen, when Kovacic was playing in a pivot, you all guys were saying, oh, he doesn't do the killer passes. He doesn't do the passes. Now, Alonso, he can retain the ball. He can pass the ball. But the problem is the attack. The fucking Havertz and Mount guy. They go far when what's his name? RSC gets the ball, they move far. He can't find them. So he retains the ball and he loses the ball. Like Kovacic, when Kovacic doesn't find what's his name, these guys, he back passes and we scrutinize Kovacic all the time. So I don't think
Kovacic was our best player.
I don't think so. It's an RLC fault. It's actually these Harvards and Mount needs to learn. They don't need to go far when the ball is in the middle. They need to connect with RLC and do one-to-one passes, and then then go. Can you name me a single game where Harvards and Mount
You literally just said my consistent argument about Werner. You just flipped it against Mount. What is wrong with you, man?
Let the football fantasy manager talk, man.
Listen, Werner has all the energy. He's playing with a fucking dead food. Alonso is nothing. Listen, we were talking about Alonso cannot play the next game. And how the fuck did Tuchel put him there?
There's no one else to put there, Castro.
Yeah, do something. Bring Cho then. He subbed Werner and bought Cho, right?
Yeah, Cho don't like playing there, Clasriff.
What?
Cho don't like playing there as well. He's not a winger.
He doesn't play.
You don't have any other options. Ashby can play there then. But this fucking guy, Alonso, he's a fucking old man. He's dead. He can't run.
If there's one thing that we can all agree on, agendas aside, is how crap Alonso is. This is the only thing.
But people say I have an agenda on Alonso.
Listen, yeah.
If we didn't,
they said I have Alonso agenda.
Who said that? Who said that?
This Varna Iswara guy in the chat. Oh, agenda Alonso. I'm like, I don't care, bro. He's not good enough.
If you follow my channel, mate, and you watch me religiously, I always moan about Alonso.
He can go on championship. He can go
no agenda, trust me.
Listen, bro. He's Marcoberto Carlos, man. Respect the name.
I like Alonso, bro. I like Alonso, but I want to see him play only once in a 4 week. He can't play every game, can he?
Who can you replace then?
Can't play.
No, I know seriousness. He has that one good game, and then when he drops the stinker, he does drop it.
I've got a question for you guys, open to all of you. Actually, what would you like to see Chelsea do in the January market? Would you prefer him to go and buy a left wing back, or actually bring someone back from the academy? Like, if it's
I
think
bring back the boys. Bring back the boys.
Who would you bring back in?
Yeah, bring back.
Who?
Matson.
Gilmore,
No.
Gallagher, bring them all back.
No, just the left wing back place. I'm talking about though for now.
Yeah,
'cause we know
even Matson, I'm
Yeah,
sure he
we
can
need to buy
play.
because that solves.
Yeah.
He will
Jam,
do a good cover job.
Luca Digne is in the market. I think we can go
No,
behind
as a loan, as
Yeah,
a
that's a
loan.
good
we
boy.
can,
We
we
can
can go
get
back
him.
door. Really,
Is he good enough though?
He's
Well,
very good.
I think
I
he
like
is.
how
How
old
old
He's
is
better
he?
than
Better than
Alonso.
Alonso,
He's a lot.
Jam.
He's a lot better than
Alonso, he's a
Alonso.
French
better than Alonso.
international. It's
He's
a
better
very
than Alonso.
quiet deal that we can do in the back end and just bring him in. I
How
mean,
old is he?
it's a January buy and he can play Champions League as well.
It's
So
not a buy. It's actually a loan.
even better. If we can
Exactly.
get him in on a
Why are
loan,
we
even
talking
better.
about this now, not until January? We know what's going on with
How
Chilwell.
old is he?
Good point.
No,
That's true
apparently,
as well. That's
But
true.
no matter what,
according
we need to replace Chilwell, though. I mean, not replace. Sorry.
according
We need to
according to
improve.
Bizarre,
Yeah, we need to
We
according
need
to
improve.
to
Bizarre,
get
he's
a
going to
backup
be.
left wing back because we're
Yeah.
gonna need to. Even in the
Luca
summer,
Digne, man, go get Luca
even in the
Digne.
summer, we're gonna have to replace the right wing back because I think Ashley's on the way.
We need a finished
That's what
product.
I'm
We
saying.
don't need to
Yeah.
build from ground zero. We need a
I
I
think we
was
need a right wing back and a left wing back. I
We
think
need
we need
both,
to
yeah,
we
both.
need to have
Both.
another
Yeah.
two options to Reece James and
I
Chilwell.
always like that player. Look at
Jam,
he's a
the reason,
great player, a great
the reason,
crossover ball. We
Yeah,
need
he
someone
is.
like that.
Yeah, he
Jam,
is.
the reason why I say
Yeah.
we should
Pitbull.
just get the left
Go
wing
on.
back now is because we can focus on other positions in the summer. So this would like trying to negotiate and do all of this for this left wing back. It kind of takes up time. We just sort this out now, and now we can focus on other positions because we need that right wing back. We have two CBs that probably gonna go. I don't know if Christian's gonna stay. We got to focus on a CB. We definitely got to get a midfielder and like a Benny or something, so we can focus on those positions instead. Because I even if Chilwell comes back in January, he's not gonna. It's gonna take him longer to get up to speed with that ACL. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
I don't
I
think
agree.
we can't get someone who's inexperienced at this level. I don't
No.
think it
Mm.
would be wise to
No.
bring in an academy player. So
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear
What
that.
was
I mean,
wrong with James today? Why was he slacking today?
who? James? James is alright.
James was pretty good.
He was
Considering
okay.
he was good.
He was
alright.
okay.
James
Yeah.
thinks he's
James
such a
was good,
diva.
man. You can't say he
He
was
thinks
bad.
he's such a diva. He can do anything. Like he doesn't do defending, does he?
Well, no.
No,
no, I
he's
think what I
the
think what you're
system
looking at though. Hold on, I think
in the
what's happening is James has been performing at a high consistent level for a while. So when he's producing kind of like these performances, it looks worse than it actually is because he's actually been kind of one of our best players this season. You know what I mean? So when it's like he's not like completely standing out, you're like, yo, where's James? But he's still doing his job and getting the job done. I think I don't think
Attacking wise, he's our player of the year, to be honest. But
Who, Reece James?
sometimes he just thinks he's too cool for Chelsea, and he doesn't put his hard work.
what?
What does that even mean?
Yeah,
No, but
I hear you.
Klose, in the job, he's basically a right mid who's
I hear
bombing
you.
forward and back. So he's attacking and defending. So I don't know, man. Like I think the players' mistakes and the clean sheets are making Reece James look like he's missing or something. It's all right, man.
Abs, what you saying, bro? Who want to say?
So obviously, I think certain people.
He was saying that Everton is going to be easier game than Leeds. That's what he was saying. Stupid one.
Oh, it better be.
Go on, Abs.
No, then. So I think certain people have gone away with it at 90 today. Listen, I love Reece. I think Reece is one of the best right backs in the Prem, but he was dog shit today.
Really?
Georgie? Yeah, he was. He was dog shit.
He wasn't dog shit, Abs. He had to play in the middle as well.
He was heavy. He was heavy.
He was
You have a
alright.
point. I hear you.
Let him finish. Go on.
I didn't exactly apply context as to why his performance wasn't good. I just said in isolation it was not very good. There's reasons behind it. Circumstances play a reason as to why he was dead, but today he was not good. Flipping, I don't think as Pete was all that today. Edouard Mendy didn't really have much. If we're being honest, he had a few saves to make, but he didn't really have too many big chances which he had to save. He could have done better with
Really, 1-on-1 when he saved with his leg. That wasn't a good big.
That was a good save. That was.
Yeah. I said he didn't have that many. See, people don't listen. I said he didn't have that many, bro.
He obviously had
That's
to do
the
it.
game. That's the goal. He saved the goal because when Cho did not score against what's his name, Man United, we said that it was the best save ever. That was not Cho's fault. Now we're saying
no.
that.
That was
Flipping
a-
kid.
that was a-
Even
that was a-
Havertz when he missed.
Yeah, he should have scored.
People
That.
just he should have
He should have scored that. We can't defend that.
Oh,
And then Rafinha actually got lift on the ball too. Mendy came out
exactly.
close.
Yes.
Mendy came out close angle, made himself big. It was a world class save because if that goes in, they now look at VAR and now he might be onside. So that save is
He
important.
was onside. It looked later. It was onside.
So that's even makes it even that much more important.
Yeah, you're not lying. But even Rafinha fully baptized Alonso today. Like he cooked him. It was not fun to watch, but it is what it is. So for me, it was just it wasn't a good performance. But these are some of the games where you don't play well, but you just have to get the win.
Yeah.
I expect a better performance against the blue-nosed Bellends on Thursday. And we should really be putting 5 past them because I can't stand it.
The thing is, right? We're not sitting here because we're angry that we won. We're happy we won the game. We got the points. Of course, we are. For all Chelsea fans, we're happy we got the points. I think it's more the performance in itself.
Performance was
but
because Arsenal. That's why.
I was gonna answer to Noah's question. I mean, Ollie's like with the whole performance based. What you guys were saying, Arsenal went on a 10-game unbeaten streak, but context without the performance was dog shit. And by the time when they actually versed a good team, they got hammered and slapped up, and they were playing the same way they did. Look at Lampard. When we were 17 games unbeaten under Lampard, context to that, like half of them were draws. I mean, it was a decent-ish performance, but it was to the level that we got. But then when we got to a top or a decent side, we just got slapped. I mean, performance is as important as the result. And today we were shocking. If we played against a Man City or a West Ham again like that, you're just going to see a rinse and repeat of a 3-1, 4-1 loss.
Well, one player that we haven't spoke about too much is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. What was going on with him today?
Yeah.
Bunda-Cheeks was...
What's going on with him? Where's that player that we saw a couple of games when Kovacic came around? Where's he gone?
I think he's tired.
Yeah.
Today, Ruben was wank. Werner was wank. Bro, there were so many terrible performances out there. However, we had just enough to do it. But it's just this Ruben guy. Listen, I like Ruben. I think he's good, and him playing in the team is good because it means there's any excuse not to play that scash donkey Ross Barkley. However, he needs to sort himself out because I'm not trying to see him get benched with Saul, but he needs to. His performance instead.
Let me ask a question, everybody. If Alonso's fault for the first goal, who's at fault for the second one?
Christensen.
Good question.
Christensen.
No, I say Silva. Thiago Silva,
I think Cho should get some blame too, a little bit. I don't know. I don't know.
Thiago Silva, actually, you're correct.
It was Thiago Silva. Watch that goal again. He was late to the challenge.
He saw his mistake.
It started from Theo.
That player ran behind him because he didn't have Rudiger behind him, because he decided to run in midfield and chase.
It was the whole defense.
Oh my God, man! Rudiger was actually on the right side, beside Shameless.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
He was beside with Christensen.
What's he doing?
Doing Filipacci, losing the ball.
Yeah.
And they're just let the guy walk into the bench. and Thiago Silva's at fault.
Yeah. Wait.
Redneck,
you guys think Cho should have done better there? Or would you guys think it was a foul?
Redneck, look at that goal again. Thiago was late to the challenge.
Silva's not a fault for that. I'm sorry. I'm not having that.
Yeah.
He wasn't his usual self today, even Thiago.
Was suspect.
No, Silva was fast, mate. He was blocking so many blimmin' shots.
No,
but he was late to that challenge. He was late to that challenge.
Somebody explain me, what was Rudiger doing on the right side of the field, doing the challenges over there.
It doesn't matter. The ball was in front of Thiago. Thiago was late to that challenge. Simple. Just watch that goal again. Yes, you're right.
I don't need
Rudiger,
to. I watched it 3 times.
Redneck, you're right. Rudiger probably did not provide that cover. Yes, but at the end of the day, Thiago's role is to be the last guy. The last guy. And he was the last guy that got beat. He was the last guy that got beat. If you look at it again,
a very good cross to the front post when the player runs behind his back and on the right side of him. Fair enough. If someone was behind him, that player was coming.
I guess
he had a good game.
I guess we teach us baseball, football over here a different way.
Do you not see how many times in the second half Thiago Silva blocked shots from Leeds?
It doesn't negate the fact that he had a monster game, but when it was your fault on the goal, you call it out. Simple. He had a monster game.
Yeah.
And
he had
don't forget,
he wasn't his usual grace. I love Thiago.
Thiago Silva is about to be dead like in 2-3 months.
Oh my God, this is so biased.
Christensen as well. Christensen let the ball go.
So he's still daydreaming about.
What you guys forgetting is it started from when we lost the ball. Do you guys think? I think Cho lost the ball in that midfield.
That's true. Very good point. Yes, true.
Yeah.
In the midfield, you're absolutely on that wing. You're right. Yeah, that's true. I have a question though for the panel. I know you guys are going to kill me, but would you go for?
I agree with you.
Would you go for Martial?
No,
bro. He's just a Frank Werner, man.
He's a what?
Martial, come on. You do better than Werner on the left wing, bro.
Man. Everyone's talking. No one can hear you.
I would. I always liked the guy even for 50 million before he joined United. I think he's one of those guys that will give me frustrations like Pogba. He's one of those like how you say it, too much into the mood to play sometimes. I'm not saying I will do it right now, but I always been an admirer of him.
When he's on
fire, he is one of the best direct player.
He might have one good game, and he has about 100 rubbish games.
I agree with that as well.
That's
what
he
has a bit of
that sounds like Werner to me.
That's what I was.
So what's the point?
Yeah, look.
That's what I. Well, at least he can pass the player without running.
He can beat one-on-one. Yeah, he's got that one-on-one thing.
The only good thing about
confidently, Jam. Come on.
But he could actually, like, if you look at his conversion rate, it's actually pretty good.
I didn't say I would. I said I always liked it before he came to United. I would still depends on the money. If he's like 20 million pounds, why not?
Okay, that's fair.
Bro, he was playing in France. You never see French league. He was playing in French academy, bro.
He's playing for Monaco.
So.
So this Russian dude is telling me
he's just a freaking idiot, man.
Shut
you,
bro.
Man. Klasev's been doing too much. What's it called? Football manager, man. He's been doing.
I know. I let him speak. Let him speak. Go ahead, Klasev. Go ahead.
Like when Martial joined like United, nobody even knew who Martial was. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So what's
go on, tactical genius.
Right, keep going. Like it's it. We can move on. Okay, let's go.
Anyway, my answer to Martial coming to my football club would probably be a no. I think even though when he is on fire, he's very good. He has, for me, has a bit of a mentality issue that if he's not playing with confidence, if he does have a bit of a rut, it's hard for him to get. We have enough of that already. I don't need that.
Yeah,
but
for me, Hazard is coming in January anyway. We don't need a left.
Yeah,
true. Well, but remember, Martial.
No, please. I have to end this Smith right now.
And Hazard play left wing back?
Please stop this, please. No.
Alonso and Hazard reunion.
No. No. Ship seal. Martial needs a lease in life, man. We need to. Maybe we should look into that contract situation. If it's
like
cheap,
I said, everything depends on money.
Exactly.
No, mate, I saw him in a West Ham kit today, and I was like, made me feel sick nearly looking at that. I was like,
you know who would do a job for us though at left wing back? Pablo Fornals.
No.
Yeah, you would. Yes, he would.
Nah,
Fornals
he
would
won't do a
I'd
job.
rather
but
have
I wouldn't have-
Gosens.
I don't know for both.
It's not Chelsea quality.
Nah,
I
Fornals.
do like Luca Dini though.
Hold on, Jen.
Yeah.
I
Go
do
get
like Luca Dini.
Lucadinha. That's simple. Go get a Lucadinha.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
Luca
On
Dini.
loan as well. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I like Gozen, to be honest, but that's my opinion. Isn't it?
No, hold on, because you know you're writing off the thing. What's it called? You're writing off all these West Ham players. Jared Bowen would do a job in this team ahead of Werner. Fornals would do a better job than Alonso. Well, these guys are good players.
Good
They're
point.
not rubbish.
No, you're
Bro, Werner
Yeah.
is too good for us. Werner is too good
Oh,
for
yeah,
us.
Werner
Let him
is
go.
good.
It's
They're West
okay.
Ham
It's
level
okay.
players,
Let him
bro.
go. Let him go. Let him go then. If he's too good for us, let him find better than us.
Yeah,
He's got
exactly.
too much energy. Like when he listen, he can kill games off in 35 minutes. But the problem is like since Havertz and Mount have got the first place for last 3-4 weeks, we are not doing well, are we? Like when we had Ziyech, Pulisic, and not Pulisic. When we had Ziyech and all those guys like Werner and all those guys, we were doing good. We were okay before Lukaku.
You have like one. Can you give us one stream where you just talk sense? Like one.
Listen,
No, let him talk, man.
before you
Let him
went,
talk his tactical genius.
we were doing pretty well. Before
When
you
you said
were,
let him talk, are you his dad? He is talking.
Yo,
when Mount was not on starting lineup, when
he
Mount
just
was not on
he
starting
just
lineup,
jumping from one
and
stick to another
Lukaku was
stick.
injured, we were actually doing very well when
That's
Cho
what he
was
does,
playing.
man.
He
He tries to
played.
confuse you.
Listen,
Yeah.
let him finish. Don't want to
Listen,
hear what
Havertz
he's
and
saying.
Mount are not like attackers; they are more of a central midfielders, and they don't suit our team, do they?
Who's
What?
that?
They suit our team.
No, just
No,
agree,
Jem,
Jem.
answer
Jem-
since you wanted to hear it. Answer.
Yeah.
Like
I
Mount
did
is a
hear what he
plus
said.
player.
Who's
He
he talking
scored
about?
a goal, right? He scored a very nice Van Basten goal.
He
But
said Mount
other
and
than that
Havertz
goal, what
are
did he
center
do?
mids and not
What
suited
is
to
he
our team.
saying?
I was listening.
What?
Bro, like, listen, if we had Ziyech and Cho playing today with Werner, we would have fucking, listen, 6-7
Well, I've
goals.
Oh
lost
yeah,
6-0.
facts, Classer. Facts, bro.
That's
Yeah, he's
You're
right.
right, bro. You're right. You're right.
We should have played Lukaku and Werner up front, man. That's what we should have done.
That's
But
what I
what
was
they're saying right now.
expecting.
But we moved.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
As a center backs.
Bro, guys, did you see Lukaku's positioning? Like, I thought Rudiger, it wasn't Rudiger, it was Lukaku. But Rudiger was
Why you saying his name like that? Can't you just pronounce it?
That's
yeah, look at Lukaku's whatever his name is. Like, look at his
Somebody get him. Somebody get him help
and
speech
Rudiger is
impediment.
actually doing his job. Rudiger is actually doing Lukaku's job.
Classic. Where would you play Lukaku then?
I would just like play him on like FA Cups, like.
Wow! Look, this. Okay, that's yeah. Look, wow. That comment doesn't deserve a response.
You do make this panel, mate. I feel you. Some of the things you come out with, I love it, man. I love it.
I just want to ask about where was Lukaku? Why Rudiger was there? Why wasn't Lukaku there?
It's a strategic question. You're asking a very strategic question, man. I must say.
I do gotta give Rudiger. The guy doesn't give up, man.
No, he doesn't.
No matter what it is.
Man.
Give him 400.
But you want him to leave.
I don't want him to leave. Get your fucking out of your heads. I don't want him to leave. I never did.
You fucking tell them. Let's have it right.
I never want him to leave.
You don't think he deserves 200?
I don't think he deserves 400k.
No, it's not 400. You keep saying it's not 400. It's 200.
Guys, did the news came out this?
No. This guy doesn't know about like UK tax. With UK tax 400k, without UK tax of 200, 250, something like that.
Okay, 300k. I'll cut the 100k off. Still no, because he's gonna be one of our most expensive players at Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't pay for him.
I would.
So, Eric Blue, if you will,
no, I didn't say I would. But okay, what about
so why
250?
you put me on the spot?
No. What about? But I don't think it's 400. I don't think he wants 400k.
Whatever, 300, just whatever.
It's not. No. That's not what I said.
He wants
400K
250.
is what he offered from our club.
Yeah, the other clubs are offering
The
silly
other
money.
clubs are offering. I
But
didn't say
no,
that
he
that's
hasn't
what
said
he
I want
that's what he wants.
400,000.
I'm saying that's what they offer him. So if
Exactly.
he chooses that, that's on him. You see
So,
what I'm
so,
saying?
so Red, how much would you be willing to pay him?
Two,
250.
I'll go 225 tops.
250 for me.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
250. You mad?
I'll give him
250 is easy.
I'll
That's
give him
reasonable,
110.
man. That's reasonable.
No,
But
Yo, let me
give
250
him
is a lot.
300.
It's
If
no,
it's
no.
300,000,
That's the
Let me ask you
strikers,
who we
way.
gonna get? Who we gonna buy?
That's
to
a
be like
strikers,
Rudiger?
man. That's a
I
stri-
need
that,
to see, bro. I have
good luck.
to go.
Good luck keeping the players after that to resign the
You
contract.
do know if we pay, you do know if we pay Rudiger anything over 300K, we get he's on more money than Romelu Lukaku, who costs 97.5
Exactly.
million. That's just
And
stupid.
we will want everybody who Mount will want to resign. He was like, whoa, why am I on 150 and look
And
Rudiger
look at
on 300?
Christensen.
You can't do it.
Christensen
I
is
don't
good.
agree with
You
that.
can't do
because
that.
I
Can't do
agree.
it.
We need to keep him.
Mount is not.
We need to find the
Yeah.
common sense. But we're not Real Madrid, guys. We get you out of your head.
Mm.
We cannot afford to pay him that much money.
And guys, the other clubs like Man City, Man United, all these lot make 100 million more revenue than us. We have a fixed wage structure.
Not City.
Yes.
Not City. Not City.
No,
We make
City's revenue last season was about 500 million. What they've written down. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's for them winning the league.
Real
and
Madrid offered what's his name? That other guy from Bayern Munich, 400K a week.
280. Was it?
Alaba?
was
Yeah,
it 4?
what's his name?
Is it Alaba?
Alaba. He's on 400K a week.
Alaba, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Here's the thing, though. The reason why we'll never be able to give money like Real Madrid is because we're just not a bigger club than them. They've got way more.
No, it's
Yes.
because of the revenue, fund stadiums, everything. Like
Exactly,
Sponsors.
stadiums,
We're
exactly.
talking about the
As a
biggest club
team.
in the world right now. You know what I mean? Like people
Real
forget
Madrid
Real
are the-
Madrid.
are head and
bro,
shoulders
they're
biggest
still
club on
skyrocket ours, man.
Those clubs have only two clubs in their countries.
Yeah.
There's only Real Madrid,
Yeah.
Barcelona, okay,
Mm.
Atletico.
No,
But
not
No,
Atletico.
but
you-
Atletico.
Real
clubs.
and Barca are the
No,
biggest ones.
Redneck.
No,
The only
what I'm
super
saying
giants-
towards the money wise,
Yeah,
creating
money-wise.
the money.
No, but Redneck. Even then, the only super giants financially in Europe are Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern Munich, and maybe Manchester United. The others can't chat to them, and Juventus probably. The others can't chat to them on that kind of level. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's impossible for us to match him. It's impossible. I understand he deserves. Like, if it was me and we reaches Real Madrid, I would not say no to the guy. But that's different kind of logic you gotta apply.
Yeah. Well, look, we're going to be doing a lot more talks about Rudiger, especially going into January. Chelsea obviously must have their targets in terms of defenders. We'll do all that closer to January because I get a bit bored of talking about the same thing, Rudiger, and there's no more new news anyway. So let's just, smash the like button, guys. I'm going to finish it there. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new before you leave GNA TV. I had 280 of you guys here all the way through. Big up to everyone that was in the chat. If you are new, please make sure, like I said, to subscribe, support the channel. But yeah, big show. We've got Everton next. We're going to do the afternoon Prem show on Monday.
Well, we should
and
be
then-
all right. Abdullah said that they are worse than Leeds, so we should be
Yeah,
all
well,
right.
exactly. So we should be. Well, we need
Abdullah
to-
said it, so it's that's
we'll do the
true.
We'll be doing the preview show for that next week as well, along with obviously the reaction of that as well. So lots to come to you guys. Obviously, Chelsea get the 3 points. Not the best performance, but the most important thing is we're still
The
only 1
points.
point behind Liverpool and 2 points off Man City, which leaves us still in a position to challenge.
And you see how lucky Liverpool were today, I heard they had a late
Yeah, well,
penalty.
did you know what I just said? Do you know what?
They won on a penalty.
Man City,
Yeah.
Liverpool.
I did
Man
not
City,
see the
Liverpool.
penalty.
Man City,
Was it a-
Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea all won by penalties. today.
Alex, it was soft.
Was it a Cold Stone penalty or no? Because for Man City,
It
it
wasn't
wasn't a
Cold
penalty
Stone.
for me.
It wasn't Cold Stone.
It wasn't the Man City one.
Even
wasn't a penalty.
United
Man
was
City was soft,
Hey,
man.
Jem,
Man City
Jem,
was
Jem,
soft.
really
Everyone
quick.
had a soft
Jim.
penalty
Yeah.
today.
What's going on with Aubameyang at Arsenal, man? It's looking like he's going
Oh,
they've got
he's
their own
staying
shit.
back as high as his hairline.
It's another old.
That's another stream, eh?
It's still an,
That's
still
a
an
bit-
old-
We don't
This is,
talk Arsenal disaster crap.
Yeah, yeah.
Leave
Leave that to the documentary. They're paying the
that to
documentary.
the comedy show.
I
Which is
keep
called
forgetting. I
I
keep forgetting it's gonna. We have a documentary coming up. I keep forgetting that.
Hey, do you know what? That is going to be in the comedy section on.
Oh no,
Amazon.
no, no!
On Netflix.
You guys
Go
remember
to genre comedy, and then you'll find it in
God.
there. Comedy. So yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend. I'll
Thanks
be
for
back on
having
Monday.
us, Jem.
See you
Take
guys.
care of
Cheers,
yourselves.
guys.
Big
See you
screen.
later.
See you all in a bit. Peace
Peace.
out, guys. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.